The She EO Mindset is brought to you by
Hill & Company 12 Event Design.
You are now tuned into the She EO Mindset, bringing you trending topics that will engage you to level up in your business while equipping you to maximize your business opportunities and empower you to boldly step into your business brand and be more visible. This is the She EO Mindset. A She EO is bold, optimistic, vibrant, and successful, leaving a legacy, spreading money-making vibes with a wealth mindset to match her grind. She dreams big. She EOs have no limitations, and when obstacles come, they knock them down gracious. Choosing her own path, a She EO never lowers her aim for someone else's gain. She's wise in her steps. She EOs move in silence, breaking barriers, running businesses, securing the bag, making investments, creating perfect credit. Now that's the She EO Mindset.
Welcome to the She EO Mindset. I'm Nicole Gates, your brandologist.
And I'm Katrina Kimball, your health and wellness consultant.
And each week, the She EO Mindset comes to connect you to trending topics that will equip, empower, and engage you to level up in your business.
And as always, when we come together, we want to make sure you bring your She EO Mindset to the program. So grab your pen, grab your journal. We're going to be sharing with you tips and strategies to move your business forward today.
And as always, we start every segment with our weekly wind down. And this week, Katrina, we have my favorite,
Yes,
red wine,
your
right?
favorite, yes.
I love red wine, but I got to share this story.
Okay.
So, back in the day, we went to some volunteer event and I invited my grandmother to go.
Mhm.
And it was like a VIP thing, so it was really cool. You know,
Okay.
they had wine and all these fancy hors d'oeuvres and, you know, all this cool stuff, right?
Mhm.
So my grandmother was sitting there and the hostess came over and said, would you like some wine?
Okay.
And she said, yes, I'll take a glass of Merlot. And
What?
we laid out laughing. Like, that was the funniest thing. I was like, Grandma, it's Merlot.
It's not Merlot.
It's not Merlot. So all of you that don't know how to pronounce that, it is called Merlot. And today we are actually going to sip on some Merlot.
Yep. And we know red wine has a lot of benefits.
They do.
We know that it's good for your heart. It helps reduce stress. And there are a lot of benefits to having one glass of red wine every day.
Boosts your iron too.
Yeah,
A lot
absolutely.
of people don't know that. So red wine, typically we have a little thing that we say. White wine goes well with white meats, red wine with red meats, right?
Mm-hmm.
It also goes well with cheese. Chocolate will take you to the next level. A lot of people don't know that. You know, I hear people say this all the time. Oh, red wine is bitter, but it's really not. If it's not paired with the right foods and the right snacks, it can be. Olivia Pope used to have red wine and popcorn. How many of you guys remember that?
Yeah,
You remember that?
Scandal from the TV show, yeah.
And I used to wonder why, but the popcorn had the salt, which
Okay.
kind of makes the wine a little sweet. So it was really kind of cool. So this is a Merlot,
Okay.
and Merlot is actually good for about 2 to 3 years on a shelf.
Okay.
So you can store it. It needs to be open. A lot of people don't know that you have to open a red wine at least 30 minutes before you serve it.
Wow.
And
I
it
did
needs to
not
be
know
served
that.
at room temperature. You can chill it now.
Okay.
You can chill it, but it does need to be served at room temperature, and you have to open it 30 minutes before you serve it. It has to breathe.
Okay.
It's been bottled up for so long, it needs to breathe, right?
Okay.
So I like to tell people that this is 100% Merlot.
Okay.
The aromas that you kind of get from a Merlot is like black raspberry, blueberry, plum, blackberries.
Okay.
So it has a really rich smell to it.
Mhm.
So I absolutely love red, and maybe because I'm anemic. Or
Or maybe because I think
I use.
I think
right?
that's because you like red wine.
I think I
That's
just
what
like
it
red
is.
wine. I would go with that. So I just want to kind of share this red wine with you today. You got to take a sip. You got to try it.
Okay.
I would invite you to try it with some Dove chocolate, which is so smooth. You will absolutely love it. After the break, what is our topic today?
Today we're going to be talking about, are you mindful or are your mind just full? And sometimes as CEOs, we tend to go beyond our capacity. We take on more than we can handle. And that's where mindfulness comes in. So we want to pare that down and get people to understand being mindful is not something spooky. You're not sitting in a corner meditating and humming to yourself. It's really about being intentional about your efforts. So today we're going to dispel the myths of mindfulness. So we're going to ask that question. Are you mindful? Or do you feel like your mind is just full? So come back and join us as we continue this discussion.
And don't forget to wind down.
The Fruition Complex is a community of forward-thinking creatives and professionals who share a common goal of owning and operating a successful business. The Fruition Complex offers its members access to a collaborative work environment, invaluable networking opportunities, and a list of business development services. Call today, 901-779-2385. It's time to pop some flair into your style at Iona's Closet. Wonderful clothes and outstanding customer service. A wide selection of casual and consignment clothes for the woman of style at Iona's Closet in Memphis. Royalty Wellness Spa is committed to providing you with a quality service in an intimate and friendly environment. They offer anti-aging medical treatments that improve the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, fill lips, voluminize cheeks, and improve deep folds. They also offer treatments that can improve energy, decrease fat, and improve hair, skin, and nails. Call 901-779-2385. Make a statement without saying a word. Neckology 101 is a leading provider of eclectic and unique neck art in the form of jewelry. They provide an unparalleled selection of quality products, an easy shopping experience, expedited shipping offers, and exceptional customer service. Check out their collection online today.
At Christie Tailor Consulting, we understand that consulting and coaching is key to your success. We provide insight and creative strategies in the areas of radio, TV, film, and music. We assist creative entrepreneurs and businesses with professional and personal development. Within our media training division, we offer entertainers and executives tailored programs to identify one's personal narrative, craft a compelling message, prep for media interviews, and public speaking. For your client discovery session, go to ChristieTailorConsulting.com.
Being mindful means being an impartial observer. It is the ability to stay present in the moment without allowing the mind to get sidetracked. It's somewhat a state of heightened sensory awareness where you are no longer at the mercy of your own habitual thought patterns. Being mindful helps you protect your brand by remaining visible and valuable to your consumer. The She EO Mindful Living Toolkit. Meditation. Meditation is where mindful living starts. Be awake. Meditation is a practice for being awake, which is not being in the dream state. Watch urges. Watch your urge to check email or social media, to eat something sweet or fried, to drink alcohol, to watch TV, to be distracted, or to procrastinate. Accept people in life as they are. When we stop trying to fight the way things are, when we accept what is, we are much more at peace. Let go of expectations. We cause our own pain, and we can relive it by letting go of the expectations that are causing it. Toss your expectations into the ocean.
Every day as business owners, entrepreneurs, CEOs, we are constantly making decisions. We are bombarded by social media, by our calendars, by our cell phones. Yes. We always have something that's pulling for your attention. And the key part about mindfulness is just being clear about your intentions for that day, for that moment. I share with people when I talk to them about wellness is that when they talk about time travel, really the only thing they can travel are your thoughts and your emotions. Right. They can always go to your past. Right. They can talk about and think about, oh, this happened in the past, or you can think about, or you can hope for something in the future. But your body is always present. Your body does not have the ability to time travel. And what we have to be mindful of is when you're walking through your day, focus on what's before you right now. Your mind is like a closet. How many of y'all have that closet? You know, the closet you saying you're going to clean out? That's that closet when you moved in the house, and then you move to an apartment, and you move back to another house. So just like a closet, it gets cluttered. Your mind gets cluttered when you're constantly keeping all these things in. So we have to set aside time to take those things out, unpack those things, write it down. I'm all about technology, but the ability to sit down and actually look at your day, look at your business, that's how you're going to move forward with your business. It's a game changer. It's going to move forward. Yeah. If you don't make time to declutter and plan, you can't move forward with your business.
You cannot. I don't know how people operate like that. But tonight, let's take a look at some of the main barriers to just being mindful or having your mind full. Having your mind full just scares me.
Well, but a lot of times, if you think about it, sometimes we'll drive home, we're like, I don't even know what route I took because we get on autopilot so quickly. Yeah, I've had that happen. Some of the barriers that we deal with is, one, just not getting enough sleep. Go to bed. Right. You know, I understand you're trying to work through a project, but you got to let your body, mind rest so you can move forward. True. Working when you're in pain. If you're not feeling well, take your medicine, go to bed. You can't work when you're sick. Also, if you're dealing with being hungry, if you're trying to starve yourself so you can fit in that dress for that event, you're not going to focus on your work. You got to eat something healthy and go and get the rest. That's the biggest thing. And then just being exhausted. One of the biggest culprits we have right now, though, is everybody with this multitasking. We were not created to multitask.
I don't think we were.
And when you try to multitask, what you really end up doing is not doing a lot of things well. You can do one or two, but if you're trying to take on 3 and 4 different things and you're trying to multitask, something is going to fall apart. So what I always suggest is that you come back and you center yourself and ask yourself, what was the plan for today? What was I going to achieve today? It's not about a to-do list. Right. You got to get back to the essential. It's not about a to-do list. It's not about a schedule. It's about sitting down and asking yourself, what are the 6 essential things I need to do today that's going to move my business?
Wow. Only 6?
Yeah.
So if your to-do list is longer than 6, we need to get rid of it. Scrap it. Get rid of it. And you know what? I think another key thing is for women to understand you are not Superwoman. She is a fictional character. Okay? That is not you. And you don't have to live up to that standard. And I think, you know, we always hear women are really good at multitasking and all this good stuff. But why are we boggling ourselves down? And I found myself doing that. Especially when I worked in corporate America, you know, working in government. Oh my gosh, my schedule was so full. By the time I got home, I was empty. Well, I couldn't do anything else.
Yeah, because what we tend to do is start trying to meet the unrealistic expectations of others.
Right.
When you are true about who you are, where you are right now in life, and what you can handle, then that's when your She EO mindset becomes very clear. Right. But when you constantly try to meet the expectations of others, that's when you tend to lose yourself.
Yeah, you're running against time, all that good stuff. So being mindful, I think we have to understand that's the power of choice. Absolutely. We have a choice. We can choose to be mindful, or we can choose to keep running this rat race, right?
Absolutely.
I don't want to run the rat race. I'm so glad I'm retired now. Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah.
So I don't have to do that anymore. But 6 things on your list.
Absolutely.
Tackle 6 things in a day. That's easy. That sounds so easy.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Because when you look at your to-do list, it's not about making sure you have a long list, but what's going to move your business forward? You know, returning that call to that client, making sure you send in that media kit, whatever you need to do that's going to move your business forward, that's what you want to focus on. So as we say here at the She EO Mindset, we're going to focus on being mindful and not mindful.
So after the commercial break, we'll come back and dig a little deeper.
Align Therapy is a full-service community-based rehabilitation clinic specializing in manual therapy. They provide a more personalized experience for their clients. Align Therapy's goal is to help their patients become their best selves. Call 901-877-2244. Awaken Wellness Consulting mission is to aim, advocate, inform, and motivate individuals to engage in whole person wellness to address real-life challenges. Awaken Wellness Consulting strives to equip and empower individuals in the world to discover whole person wellness. Ready to change your life? Book a consultation at awakenwellnessconsulting.com.
Wine, Because it's not good to keep things all bottled up. Enjoy the lifestyle of all things uncorked, especially when you're wine touring with Gates Uncorked. Gates Uncorked invites you to wind down and host your very own private in-home wine tasting with family and friends. Call 901-466-6703 to book today.
The She EO Mindset Mindful Living Toolkit continued. Become okay with discomfort. The fear of discomfort is huge. It causes people to be stuck in their old habits. Start with things that are a little uncomfortable and keep expanding your comfort zone. Watch your resistance. Watch your resistance to things that annoy you. Challenge yourself to only do things that bring you joy. Let go of control. We often think we control things, but that's only an illusion. Then we're frustrated because things didn't go the way we wanted. Instead, practice letting go of control and learn to flow. Be compassionate. This sounds trite, but compassion for others can change the way you feel about the world on a day-to-day basis, and compassion for yourself is life-changing. These two things need remembering. So mindful living is about remembering to be compassionate after you forget. Be grateful. We complain about everything, but life is a miracle. Find something to be grateful about in everything you do. Life is amazing if you learn to appreciate it.
So Katrina, we only know what we know, right?
Absolutely.
We only know what we know. We know what we've been taught to know. And running around and having this little rat race and, just being busy all the time and not giving yourself enough time to just actually sit back and breathe is like essential. When you are building a brand, you have to understand those barriers, right? And we already talked about the barriers being procrastination, huge barrier to your business.
Absolutely.
If you constantly procrastinate, you never get anything done.
Absolutely.
You're always putting it off, right? The lack of sleep. Oh my God, I'm so guilty of this.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are
I'm like, I
guilty of
just
lack
have
of
one
sleep.
more thing, and if I finish this one last thing, and then it's three more things, So I'm constantly struggling with lack of sleep. So I've actually had to use technology. So I have an alarm on my phone, and I have an alarm on my iPad that will chime me it's time to go to bed.
Yep.
Use those things. They're helpful.
Yep.
I had to do it.
Yeah. Use
I'm
technology.
not ashamed to talk about this.
Yeah.
Hunger. You said hunger can trigger us to be unproductive.
No, well, if you're focused on hunger pains, you can't really focus on the work you're supposed to do. So, you have to make sure you plan your meals. One of the things I've seen with so many women when it comes to their business, they're so focused on the concept and everything that involves their business that some kind of way they forget about themselves. So there are three things I want to encourage every woman to think about as you are continuing your journey with growing your business. Again, get your journal, write these down, because again, we're trying to give you tips and strategies to help move you forward, because I believe you've been called to be well, not to be perfect. And so often we're focusing on trying to be perfect in our business, we forget about ourselves.
Yeah.
So the first thing is, one, when you wake up in the morning, before you jump out the bed, just stop and breathe. Sometimes people forget to breathe. Because we're so stressed out and we're moving so fast that we don't even take time to breathe.
Absolutely.
So before you get out of the bed, just stop and take 3 deep breaths. And then ask yourself, what are the 6 things I really need to accomplish today? Not next week, not next month, not worry about what's going on with the kids' schedule, not what's going on with the husband, but for me.
And that's a game changer.
Yeah.
6 things. You don't have to accomplish 25 and 30 things in a day, Yeah. Because we have this wonderful to-do list that we check off and we think we've accomplished something, right? 6 things.
And for women, I think it's important that we set that intention first thing in the morning, because as soon as you get out of the bed and start moving, everything starts pulling at you. Yeah. And you have to have a plan in place already. And I think it's important also throughout the day, stop and do some self-checks. I have a timer set on my phone to remind myself to make sure I stop and just breathe and refocus throughout the day. Sometimes we're so busy, moving so fast. I got to get to the next project. I got to get to the next meeting. Set some time in your phone to stop, if it's nothing but 2 to 3 minutes, and just sit still and be quiet and just recenter your mind and your spirit. Because what we don't understand is when we are rushing all the time, that's wear and tear not only on your body, not only on your organs, but also on your spirit and on your mind. So set aside some time throughout the day just to be still and don't talk to anybody. Just be quiet.
Imagine not talking to anybody. Anybody, not even yourself.
I mean, just sit in your car. If it's something simple as walking outside in the parking lot and just walk around the parking lot before you go back in the building, just being outside, it will shift your whole thought process.
So we need to take some breaks.
Absolutely.
You know, we get breaks. I remember, working in government. I'm busy all the time. I worked in public affairs. It was a very busy job.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to make myself take a break, because it was so much going on a regular basis. So I think when we talk about being mindful, we have to understand that, first of all, you got to be intentional about that.
That's the first
You have
step.
to want it.
You got to want it.
You got to want it.
And you have to train yourself.
Yeah.
It's really a
discipline.
skill. It's really a skill.
Definitely a discipline. So after the break, let's look at how we can put all of this into action.
Absolutely.
Okay.
As you continue to build your empire. So come back and join us at the She EO Mindset.
At Christie Tailor Consulting, we understand that consulting and coaching is key to your success. We provide insight and creative strategies in the areas of radio, TV, film, and music. We assist creative entrepreneurs and businesses with professional and personal development. Within our media training division, we offer entertainers and executives tailored programs to identify one's personal narrative, craft a compelling message, prep for media interviews, and public speaking. For your client discovery session, go to ChristieTailorConsulting.com.
1015 Take the Shot Studios offers photography, shooting real-time moments, creating lifetime memories, and videography, connecting the dots, linking the past, creating the tapestry of the future. 1015 Take the Shot Studios, a visual storyteller in Memphis. Make a statement without saying a word. Neckology 101 is a leading provider of eclectic and unique neck art in the form of jewelry. They provide an unparalleled selection of quality products, an easy shopping experience, expedited shipping offers, and exceptional customer service. Check out their collection online today.
Years, David. The time you served was nothing compared to the time that you weren't here.
Look, I'm out here with both hands tied behind my back, trying to make things right. Denise! No!
Hi, I'm Rod Kirby, and I'm a screenwriter, director, and producer here in Memphis, Tennessee. After completing my last short film in 2016, an interesting idea popped into my head. What if a father and son had to fight for their lives after the rapturing of the saints? The Bible talks about an event where believers are spared from destruction and the horrors of the end times. This event, the rapture as it's commonly known, sees Jesus return to earth, taking believers with him and leaving sinners behind to face the apocalypse. I started working on the script for this idea during the summer of 2016. However, I got stuck on developing a proper ending and let it sit on the shelf for 3 years. Since then, I've been working full-time as a corporate videographer, producing other projects within the Memphis film community, and I earned my master's degree in entertainment business from Full Sail University. Now, while things were going well professionally, artistically, I was in a rut. I had a burning desire to finish the script, but I didn't know how. Then, something miraculous happened. The perfect ending for the film came to me in a dream. I woke up, started jotting down ideas, and before I knew it, I was ready to dive in and finish the story. The Prayer is a faith-based drama and thriller that follows the story of a man whose wife and daughter are taken to heaven during the rapture. He's left behind along with his son to pick up the pieces after they're gone. Years later, they must fight for their lives when they're visited by a partially blind psychopath who infiltrates their home by impersonating a minister. The Prayer is a dark and gritty exploration of what happens when we're forced to confront our sin and what it takes to earn redemption. After finishing the script last year, I saved a little money to start production on The Prayer. We were able to shoot the first half of the film early this year. Now we need your help to finish production in order to submit our project to film festivals. We need money for additional casting, production costs, and finishing funds for post-production. I want to personally invite you to join us in the making of The Prayer. If you're a fan of faith-based films like the Left Behind series, thrillers like Frailty, or tense family dramas, then this is the movie for you. We're raising production funds with the help of a platform called Seed and Spark. we have to raise 80% of our funding goal in order to receive money to complete the prayer. Please consider pledging just a few dollars to help us reach our goal. Thanks for watching.
So I just want to recap where we left off. We talked about being mindful and how that can improve our productivity.
Absolutely.
It reduces our stress.
Yes.
It allows us to bring clarity to our mind. The one thing I think that I captured that I absolutely loved is 6 things you only have to complete.
Focus on 6
things.
things.
Okay.
And those 6 things are the 6 essential things for your business for that day. Every day may change,
Right.
but every morning when you get up, there should be at least 6 things that are important to your business. And again, we just want to recap that you got to be intentional about this thing. This is a whole new skill. This is something new that we have to learn specifically for women, because again, we have always been taught to put everybody before us, but you're taking this time. It's not being selfish. It's not that you don't care about your family and friends, but you got to carve out time for yourself. So you have to be intentional, and you have to be willing to say no to some invitations and wait for something great to come along. Just because somebody invite you don't mean you have to go.
And no is a complete sentence.
It is a complete sentence. And you want to make sure you put yourself on your calendar. We do not plan out our time for ourselves. And the final thing you want to do is always bring yourself back to this present moment. So often we are thinking, I think women think more than men. We were talking about this one day. It's like, I'm thinking, and your head just starts to tilt. You got so many thoughts in your head. You have to bring yourself back to this present moment and be honest with yourself. You know, what's my capacity right now? What can I handle right now? What can I do in this moment right now for my business? And that's all that matters. I can't worry about the future. I'm not a fortune teller. I can't worry about the past. The past has already happened. That's why it's called the present. Let me focus on what I can do right now and be intentional and make sure that I'm putting in efforts to grow my business and make sure I'm putting my time and energy into the right thing.
Right. I was going to say that too, because when you're building your brand, and we have to understand, if we are a business, a small business owner especially, and it's just you are your brand. You are the walking, talking billboard of your company, right?
Absolutely.
So you have to be mindful of where you spend your time, what you invest your time, your talents, your money, your energy into, right?
Yeah.
I think all of that is important.
Yeah.
But
and you have to
full.
Well, and we tend to overload ourselves because we take on more than we really can handle.
Right.
And I think for women, we're always afraid to offend or hurt people. And it's not about offending or hurting people. It's about knowing where you are right now in this season of your life. This may not be a season where you can serve in your church for those that are active in their church. This may not be a season where you can volunteer in your community. If you're growing your business, you may not can watch your favorite television show. You may have to get a subscription and watch it later. Because when you're growing your business, you have to make sure you're putting your time and energy into this so that you can reap the profits. If you can't get out of something what you don't put in. You know, one of my favorite sayings is, you can't pour from an empty cup. If you don't put anything in your business, don't expect anything to come back because you didn't put anything in it.
Right.
So that's the whole concept around mindfulness. It's just about being very focused and intentional.
And find what works for you.
Yeah.
I think the one nugget that I took from this particular segment and this topic is not having to do everything. We don't have to be superwoman. I cannot stress that enough. I think that's so important.
Absolutely.
So as we close the show, we want to remind you to remember where you started, celebrate where you are, focus on where you're going, and always trust the process. And don't forget to wind down. Cheers.
We invite you to join us next week as we continue the conversation around the She EO mindset.
The She EO Mindset is brought to you by
Hill & Company 12 Event Design.